Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey tea sippers, I hope you guys are doing good today. So I want to come on here and talk about this story. A lot of people have been asking me to cover it, about the young Indian girl who ended up missing in the Dominican Republic. Her name was Sudiksha. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. But she's been missing for over 2 weeks. People have been searching for her. She was last seen with a young man, and she hasn't been seen since. Some people are thinking that she drowned. Others are thinking this is a Natalie Holloway situation where this young man may have possibly, killed her. Now, one of the things that I found really interesting with this case is if you look at the news article, it states this. It says here, police say she disappeared at the beach by the hotel before dawn as she and other guests had headed outside amid a power outage. Her family says her belongings, including her phone and wallet, were left with her friends, although she's known to always carry her phone. Konanki and 5 other female students flew to the country on March 3rd. So for me, I found that little bit of information very interesting, that 5 girls came to the Dominican Republic together. She leaves her friends with her room key, her phone, her wallet, and they just let her go off with the guy. Like everybody else goes back to the hotel room, she goes off. She's clearly drunk. In some of the surveillance footage that has come out, she's like in the hotel lobby throwing up. He's in the hotel lobby throwing up. So now her parents have come out and they're saying that they want to declare her dead. They feel like she may have drowned. So we're going to go ahead and watch the latest news coming out about Sudiksha and her parents.
Now to the heartbroken parents of a missing college student from Northern Virginia. Today, they announced their belief that their daughter is dead.
Sudiksha Konanki was last seen 2 weeks ago walking toward the beach in the Dominican Republic while on spring break. Her family now believes she drowned.
It all comes as the last person to see her pleaded for his release inside a Dominican courtroom today. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder has been tracking all the developments for us.
Our heart is broken.
Standing together with their hearts shattered into pieces, the parents of Sudiksha Konanki are asking authorities in the Dominican Republic to legally declare their missing daughter dead, 13 days after the young woman from Loudoun County disappeared on a spring break trip in Punta Cana.
Just with deep sadness and heavy.
New tonight, NBC News has obtained a copy of a letter Sudiksha's parents sent to Dominican Republic Police and the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office. The family says it believes authorities in concluding that Sudiksha is believed to have drowned, and the family requests that the police department proceed with the legal declaration of her death, saying it will allow our family to begin the grieving process and enable us to honor her memory.
This is incredibly difficult for us to process. We kindly ask you to keep our daughter in your prayers.
Sudiksha Konanki was a graduate of Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, often ranked as the top high school in the country. She was a pre-med student at the University of Pittsburgh, where family says she was studying to become an emergency room surgeon.
And she wanted to pursue on the medicine side.
As the family awaits a response to their request, Sudiksha has still not been found. She went missing in the early morning on March 6th after she met 22-year-old Joshua Reeby. Reeby, Sudiksha, and Sudiksha's friends are seen on resort surveillance video walking toward the beach early on March 6th. All except Sudiksha are eventually seen returning. Reeby says he and Sudiksha were in the ocean together and they were swept out to sea by a large wave. He says he swam out to get her and was able to get them both back to knee-deep water. In a transcript of Reeby's interview with police, he said, quote, "I asked her if she was okay. I didn't hear her answer because I started vomiting all of the seawater I'd swallowed. After vomiting, I looked around and didn't see anyone. I thought she grabbed her things and left. I lay down on the beach chair and fell asleep." Reeby's attorney says the 22-year-old had his passport confiscated. A media circus inside of a Dominican Republic courtroom today as Reeby's attorneys ask that he be allowed to leave the country since he hasn't been charged with a crime. Sudiksha's parents say they don't believe Ribi did anything wrong, and they believe that he helped as best he could during a devastating tragedy in Paradise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Konanki family and the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office today both told me that even though the family is requesting that their daughter be legally declared deceased, they do hope that this investigation continues and some of these loose ends are ultimately tied up and this investigation is brought to a close. Reporting in Loudoun County, Drew Wilder, News 4.
All right, so you guys just saw that video, and I think it's really sad. A lot of people are upset that the parents are wanting to declare her dead because it's only been about 2 weeks. But I think part of this is their culture. This is a cultural thing. From what I've heard, they didn't even know she was going out there for spring break. So they were shocked when they weren't able to get a hold of her. She went to one of the top schools in the country. She was going to school, to be a surgeon. And I think the fact that she's seen on camera drunk, vomiting, and then leaving off with the man, I think for them, it's not a good look in their culture. So they kind of want this to be done and over with. Like if their daughter passed, let us just mourn her. But I think the way the situation is going down, it seems to me like it's kind of bringing shame upon them, in that community, from what I've read from people from that community online. So I think that's why part of them wants to just, get this closed and get this done and over with. But this entire situation is very sad. It definitely reminds me of Natalie Holloway. And I learned a long time ago that you had to be careful who you call a friend and who you go out of town with and who you hang with, because not everybody is your friend. While I'm not blaming these young women for leaving her and going to their rooms because they might have been drunk as well, but I come from an era where we were raised, if we come together, we leave together. I don't care if that's the club. I don't care if it's at a house party. If all of us come 4 or 5 deep, we all leave together. If one has to use the bathroom, we all go into the bathroom. That's just how I was raised. So what happened is when I was about 16, my really good friend, she was dating this guy. So we're all about 16, 17-ish. And so she was dating this guy and he had a younger sister. The younger sister was about 15 years old. But of course, some of her friends had driver's licenses. So they were about this age group of 4 girls. They were between the ages of 15 and 16. And so one night they all decided to get drunk like some teenagers do. They got into somebody's, alcohol cabinet, child, and got drunk. She started acting belligerent, getting on everybody's nerves in the car. A big argument broke out, and so she ends up jumping out the car. And they try to get her back in the car. They're like, just come back in the car. It's not that serious. Let's just go home. She refused to get back in the car, and she ran off into the woods upset. So, these girls being young were like, well, that's on her. And they drove off, went home, went to sleep, went on about their merry way. Well, the next day, my friend, her boyfriend was calling around trying to see had anybody seen his younger sister. Nobody had seen her. And so she's like, they're searching for her. They don't know where she went. And so, she never showed up to school that day. Long story short, about 2 or 3 days later, they found her dead in the woods. Okay. And that fucked him up. I don't think he ever really recovered from that. This was years ago, but that really messed up the family. I remember they ended up moving and leaving the Twin Cities after that. Her and him broke up. But the sister ended up dying in the woods because I'm sure she was drunk, disoriented, and she basically froze to death. And she was a teenager. And so, I always remember that story. So I'm very protective of people, even though I don't drink and I don't smoke. That's not my thing, but I don't judge people. But I'm just the type of person, if you're with me and I bring you somewhere, you're leaving with me. And if I have to go head up with you and fight you, because you're drunk and you want to be belligerent, then we're just going to box it out. I've been in that situation several times too, where sometimes you got to fight your fucking friends to get them in the car and get them to shut the hell up and get them to safety. I even had a situation here where I had a birthday party and, a few people came into town and somebody got really, really drunk. And, I could have left her. People were like, you should just leave her. You don't even know her like that. But I'm just that person. I'm not going to leave somebody. If you're coming with me, to me, you're on my watch. I just don't play that. I would never want anything to come back to me that I left somebody and they got arred or, murdered or just something happened to them. So even though we have to put up with a lot with this person, they're in a better space now. So, I love you. No judgment. But I remember when this story, we were talking about it and people were like, you should have just left her. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not built like that. Because I always think about what happened to my friend's boyfriend's sister, when we were kids. And so it's like, I'm not going to leave somebody, especially when they're not all there. Chad, I need to write a book. I don't have to drag grown men out of cars because they wanted to get behind the wheel. And I'm like, you are literally drunk and not enough. You're not getting behind the wheel. And I've literally had to drag them into the house, like with all my little bitty might. But I got them in the house on the couch and they slept it off. So that's just the type of person I am. So when I see stuff like this, like, why are we still allowing our friends who are drunk and inebriated to just wander off? And I mean, I get it, I'm usually the sober Sally of the crew. So maybe if everybody's drunk, it's different because you're just trying to figure out your shit and get up to your room. So maybe you don't have time to worry about the next person. That might be the case too. But for me, I just can't do that. So I wanted to share this other story that's going viral all over TikTok. People have been talking about it. It has to do with 3 Black women. And to me, it seems like it's getting more and more dangerous going out of town. Between the sex trafficking, the kidnapping, people coming up missing. You have to be very, very mindful of who you go out of town with, who you hang with, and all y'all have to be on the same page. There's a viral story of not 1, but 3 Black young girls who almost got kidnapped in Colombia. And so they're telling their story on social media. It's gone viral. So what I'm going to do, the one girl that's first talking, she's kind of like the bigger TikTok star. So she talks about it, but she's not going to tell their story. She feels like it's their story to tell. So we're going to go ahead and watch them break down what happened to them in Colombia. And I'm going to give my reaction. So this is the young girl here. Her name is Layla Luxury. And she just happened to be in Colombia and she knew the other 3 girls. So she's kind of just talking about, her point of view of Cartagena, Columbia and kind of what went down. But the girls who are involved are also going to tell their story as well. So I wanted to kind of give y'all the backstory of Layla.
As a Black woman who loves to travel, I do not recommend coming to Colombia. And I'm here right now. This is my 3rd day here. I do not recommend coming out here for multiple reasons. And I've only been here for 3 days. And this is the beginning of my 3rd day. I feel like as a Black woman here, you're extremely targeted. Targeted in terms of being scammed, in terms of being sex trafficked, in terms of being robbed, in terms of being kidnapped. Like, I wouldn't even come out here as a solo traveler. Like, I'm not coming back here for real. I had 3 friends that only been here for 24 hours and almost got kidnapped. They're on the next flight back home. And that's not my story to tell, so I'm gonna let her tell it to you when she gets herself together and, she's fine. The yellow taxi cabs, they're not to be trusted. You can't take Ubers and Lyft out here because it's illegal. It's like if you don't have a driver or somebody that knows the area, don't come out here. Like, I have a driver. By the grace of God, like, I found somebody before I came out here, and I trust him with my life because he's been making sure I've been good since I got here. I have not walked into a store, into an excursion without him coming inside with me or without him taking there. And every time it's time for me to be picked up, he's 15 minutes early. He do not play about us. This country is legitimately 80% men, probably 20% women. You see, when y'all be going to these little like DR, Jamaica, you guys can wear your little bathing suits with their cover. I didn't even feel comfortable enough to walk around with my bathing suit and a cover up out. I feel like I was literally a walking target. Like, I feel like people thought I was selling myself. And then on top of that, this country for sure do not try to adjust to Americans. They don't even try to learn English. A lot of them really don't give a fuck to try to learn English at all. They're just gonna hit you with a Google Translate.
Okay, let me stop her right there. Okay. While I agree it might be dangerous and, scary in Colombia, I've never been, but they're not obligated to learn English. Like, let's stop being, crazy Americans and assuming that everybody has to know our language. You're going into their home. You're going to their country. Their main language there is Spanish. So you need to come to their country knowing Spanish or busting out your Google Translate. You can't get upset that they don't know English, okay? So I just had to address that point.
And and put that phone in your face. My security downstairs and where I'm staying at, they don't know not a fucking lick of English. All they know is passport number for us to get in, and that's another thing. They require your fucking passport number for everything. They require your passport number to get into your hotel. They require your passport number to book some of the restaurants. They require your passport number to book your excursions. They ask for your first name, your last name, and your passport number for literally everything. And then I know they have like the people that be trying to sell things to you, like the little people that be in the streets that trying to sell things to you. They're so, like, I understand, like, when I seen videos and people saying like, oh, they're annoying, like they don't know how to leave you alone. No, it's more than just annoyance. Like, they will shove these things in your face and you can say no. And I'm from fucking New York. Like, I know how to say no to anybody. They're not gonna walk away from you, bro. They'll put it in your face like, here. Nothing out here is free. If they sing to you, that's not free. If they dance for you, that's not free. If you want to take a picture, that's not free. Don't touch nothing. Don't accept no free samples, because once you touch it, they're gonna tell you to pay for it. My first day here, 2 girls from North Carolina told me they got scammed out of $1,100. They tried to charge their card $1,100 for 2 beach chairs, 2 margaritas, and like a lobster dinner. $1,100 US. 20 of them surrounded them on the beach, and they was like, oh no, we're gonna call policia, and they did not give a fuck. They was just like, okay, call the police in Spanish. They was like, okay, whatever. They ended up settling for giving them $400 US in cash. This is not a place where you can pull your money out, because they're gonna target you. If you buy from one vendor, they're gonna all swarm you until you try to buy from all of them. Don't make no eye contact with them, no nothing. The catcalling it does not stop. It does not stop. Like, this is the first place that I really feel like I want to wear all my long dresses. I don't want to wear nothing revealing, no nothing, because it's literally 80% men out here, 20% women. The sex trafficking ring out here is so freaking high. Like I was supposed to go to the club tonight. I don't even think I want to go no more. The scenery is beautiful, don't get me wrong. The food is beautiful. I have met so many beautiful people, but this is somewhere I will not recommend any black woman to go to unless you're going in a group that includes men. Like, unless you have many in a group. And if you're going in a group of girls, like my friends that almost got kidnapped yesterday, it was 3 of them, and they bigger than me. Like, they're big, hefty, like they could pack a punch. It's 3 of them. I wouldn't even recommend like a girls trip here, like, at all. Like, there's so many other countries that you guys can go to that's so welcoming to like black women and Americans. This is not the country for that. This is a great guys trip. This is not the country for that. There's not even enough, like, even as a guy, like, there's not even women out here for y'all to even come out here. Like, no. The way they treat Spanish tourists and white tourists is not the same way how they treat black people. It's not. Like, they don't bother them as much. They don't target them as much. They don't be in their face as much. Bro, we were sitting on a party bus, and they were trying to offer us to smoke weed. I haven't seen not one person smoke a weed in this fucking country. Not one person. I haven't seen a vape. I haven't seen a cigarette. I haven't seen nobody smoking since I got here. And you trying to sell us weed? It's giving you want to lace us. Like, all of this shit is just weird, bro. Like I said, I traveled to a lot of different countries, and y'all be seeing my TikToks. Colombia is not somewhere I'm going to come back again. So far, I'm having a great time in terms of that. But, like, my friend's situation just scared the fuck out of me, low-key. I'm just happy, like I said, I have a trusted driver who's been taking me around. Like, I haven't been booking no taxis, no Ubers, no nothing. And he stays with us. And every excursion that we really booked, most of it was like through Airbnb or through him, and I've done spoken to these people, so I know we'll be fine until it's time for us to go back home. But no, never again, never the fuck again. So y'all, this is technically my last day in Colombia. Y'all keep asking me about my driver, the man that's been keeping me safe out here. So he's downstairs waiting for me, and I'm gonna show y'all like who this man is. I'm gonna leave his information on this video. Here's my outfit, and we're going downstairs now. How are you feeling? Good. I'm ready to eat, and I'm excited to enjoy the weather today. I'm scared about that flight back home. The customs line. This is him, y'all. Okay, y'all, this is my driver. Say hi.
Hi.
This is the man that's been keeping me safe out here, y'all.
Yeah.
This is why y'all telling me to go home. We don't need to go home. We got him. I'm gonna leave his info. I'm actually gonna put it in like an overlay on this video, and you guys can text him on WhatsApp and contact him about services. But while we've been here, this man has been keeping us nothing but safe.
Excellent. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, exactly. And his car got AC. I gotta make that real clear. Yeah, his car got AC. We're riding comfortably, okay? And he got
So that is the first girl. She's like the bigger influencer. So now we're going to hear from the ladies who went through the kidnapping attempt. And, you know, kudos to her for really doing her research, having a driver, having a private chef. I didn't know it was that bad in Colombia, well, in that particular city. But it seems like they, you know, a lot of the videos that I've seen from people who went there, especially as black women, they did not have a good time, nor did they feel safe. You know, some people said they had a good time. Some people said they felt safe, but I've seen a lot of videos, a lot more negative videos than positive videos as far as concerning black women.
The fact that I'm laying right here, right now in my bed is so surreal to me. You know why? Because I survived a kidnap attempt with my friends in Cartagena, Columbia. Excuse my lashes, y'all. I keep crying. Like, this is something that is so traumatizing to me. And I just decided to share my story because I know so many people who travel and you never would think that it would be you. This is going to be a simplified version. I already told the full story on my Instagram, but I just wanted to share it on TikTok as well. So this should just be a shorter version. So me and my friends met up with a mutual friend that just so happened to be in Colombia. We decided to do a party bus tour. Once the party bus was over, they did leave with their private driver because they had a meal to go eat with their private chef. And we was just like, okay, well, we're going to go grab some food because the food at our resort was nasty. So we end up going to Casa Palenque. Now, this is not like a random area. Tourists go here all the time. When I tell y'all, it's kind of like, I want to say like a Bourbon Street. I don't know if y'all ever been to New Orleans, but it's basically like a strip. Like, it's a lot of people out there. There's vendors. Like, it was a public place. So we ate. I had me a little hookah. My phone did get stolen, so I'm going to include as much pictures as I can, but I really don't have anything to show y'all. So once it was time to go, there's taxis, like, all over the place, like, you know, to take you home. If you go to Cartagena, Columbia, do not trust the yellow taxis whatsoever. The first taxi we went to was trying to charge us $50, and we was like, no, we don't want the $50. After that, we went with the second taxi, and it's crazy because he charged us $50 too, but we was just like, at that point, it was like, okay, honestly, if we keep trying, they're all going to charge us $50. We just wanted to get home. Our hotel was about 30 minutes from where we were at in the city, so we was just like, okay, forget it. We're going to go ahead and take it. So we told him where we were going, and he said, okay. He never put in his GPS. We just took that as this is his city. I know my way around my city without a GPS, so that's why we didn't think anything of it. Come back for part 2. The fact that I'm laying right here, right now in my bed is so surreal. Okay, here's part 2 on surviving my kidnap attempt in Cartagena, Columbia. So people told us that the Ubers was illegal. That is the only reason we were taking taxi. How we knew that Ubers weren't illegal, we would not have took a taxi. We just thought that it made sense to take, you know, what was legal. We weren't trying to get in trouble in a foreign country. So I'm not going to go into deep details as far as the red flags. I'm just going to give y'all all the red flags that we seen, which led up to the event, and then I'm going to tell y'all the event. First red flag, he did not use the GPS. We assumed that he knew where he was going because this was his city. We told him where we needed to go, but we did put in our GPS the hotel resort so that we could track it. We did that anytime we got in a car with anybody because that, I don't know, that's just how I am. Even if I take an Uber back home here where I'm from. Number 2, he kept looking back at me. My friend sat in the passenger side. I sat behind her, and my other friend sat in the seat behind him. He kept looking back the whole ride. I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie, Colombians, they were flirtatious, very flirtatious. So I didn't know what he was on, but I didn't say anything to him. He did not talk the entire time. Let's start there. He didn't say a word. He kept taking wrong turns. My friend had to tell him, like, hey, no, you're supposed to keep straight, because he kept trying to take a left. Oh, no, make a right. Like, our time went up from 23 minutes. We were 23 minutes away from our hotel. It went up to, like, 25. And then it started going down from there. My friend who was in the front seat, of course, she could see more what's going on in the front. She said that when he was supposed to make a U-turn, which you would have to be in the left-hand lane, he tried to get in the right, and she told him, like, hey, no, you need to get in the left lane. Another thing, anytime you go to foreign countries, when you're in a car with them, they drive hella fast. Like, they have bad road rage. This man was driving slow. It took, like, a 23-minute ride. It took us about 35 minutes to get there. So now, to the attempt. We literally were 5 minutes away from our hotel, y'all. This man drove us 30 minutes. We were 5 minutes away from our hotel. Out of nowhere. Mind y'all, this was a stick shift car. I did mention when we first got in the car, I was like, y'all, I wish I knew how to drive a stick shift. Not knowing that we would actually have to attempt to try to drive a stick shift. He changed the gear and immediately grabbed behind him, reached my phone and reached my friend's phone in the passenger seat. My other friend who was sitting behind him, she was sleeping. So I'm assuming that's why he didn't try to grab her phone as well. Regardless, he has two hands. So, even if he did try, it wouldn't have worked. Immediately after, instincts kicked in. I attacked him. She attacked him. Okay, here's part 2 on surviving my kidnap attempt. Here's part 3, story time of me and my friends surviving a kidnap attempt in Cartagena, Colombia. So in the process of me attacking him, I'm screaming to my other friend. I'm like, wake up, he's trying to kidnap us. So she starts attacking him too. So it's 3 of us attacking him from different directions. I feel like he did not expect this to happen at all. Like, he did not expect us to put up a fight like that, y'all. We were going in on him. So at this point, he's trapped in the corner, the driver's side of the car. So he jumps out the car. So at this point, since he can't have all 3 of us, he's at least trying to take one of us. So he comes to the back side of the car. He tries to drag my friend out the car. I told them, I said, y'all, we need to stay together. We're either all going to be in this car or we're all going to get out this car. So he keeps trying to drag her out the car. I'm pulling her back in. He tries that for a good 5 minutes. He couldn't get her out after that. He comes to my side. Y'all, I got the most damage. Like, he kept hitting me the most. I don't know if it's because I was attacking him the most or what, but y'all, he kicked me in my chest. Y'all, he had steel toe boots on. He kicked me and my friend in the chest, actually, but he kicked me in my chest. He dragged me out the car with my wig. My friend pulling me in. She pulled me in, so that pulled him back in. When he got in, he's like hitting me. He's hitting me in my chest, y'all. So at this point, I'm just literally trying anything just to get out of this situation. Y'all, I bit him. Not only did I grab his balls, I twisted them, and I just kept twisting and twisting and twisting. And eventually, he just backed up off of me. So then he tried my last friend. She must have went in on him so bad, y'all. Her nails, her raw meat is showing. I have the picture of that, so I'm going to put that in here. Her raw meat is showing on her nails. Like, y'all.
I've only heard about this. I have not watched this in full. So y'all are getting my live reaction. Like, I am shocked, but kudos to these girls for putting up a real fight. They were fighting for not only their lives, but for the lives of their friends. Like she said, either we're all going to be in this car or we're all going to be out of the car. Oh my God, this is so scary.
So eventually he gave up on that and he went back to the front. But once all these attacks did not work, y'all, eventually he tried to get back in the car. My friend is in the front. When he tried to attack me, my friend's in the front trying to drive the car. We were trying to, get out at least out of the situation. And once he realized that worked, he got back in the car and we were trying to lock the car. We don't know how to work a foreign car. And I feel so helpless in this situation. And y'all, we are on a pitch black road, no street lights, nothing. So he was trying to drive again. We started attacking him again. You're not going nowhere with us, sir. So eventually he got back and he drugged me out the car. Y'all, ripped my whole wig off of me. My knee is scraped up. So then my friends hopped out the car. We all hopped out the car. So all of our phones are in the car at this point. We're in a pitch black road. So my friend is still trying to get our phones. And she was hanging on the door as he was driving. He kept trying to brake check. She was trying to get our phones so bad because we did not know where we were going to go. We're in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country. We were terrified after he just took our phones, attacked us. So once that did not work, he ended up driving off. I don't want to make this part too long, so come back to part 4. I'm trying to make that the last part. Here's part 4 of how me and my friends survived a kidnap attempt in Cartagena, Columbia. So immediately, y'all, I'm a mom. My instincts just automatically click in. I'm like, y'all, I understand y'all want y'all phones, but we have to go. He may have somebody waiting to come get us. You don't know who he has with him, accomplices or what. So I'm like, y'all, we gotta run. So we just started running, y'all. We just kept running. All of a sudden, somebody on a motorcycle came. I was like, y'all, no, don't talk to him. We just kept going. And I realized it was a security guard. He was trying to help us. Right to that point, y'all, we have no shoes. We have no phones. My wig is off my head. We just have nothing. We realized it was a security station. They helped us. At first, we were not trusting of them. We did not want to. It was a language barrier, so we could not communicate with them. They were trying to communicate with us through Google Translate. I didn't know if they were in on it, so I did not want to communicate with them. But eventually, we realized I just was praying the entire time. Honestly, when we were running the entire time, I was praying. I was like, God, just thank you, Lord. God, just give me discernment. Lord, give us guidance. Like, I was just like, God, just please let us make it back home to our families. Like, we were all on the same court that if we made it back to that hotel, we were leaving on the first flight out back to Houston. So yeah, eventually the security people, they got in contact with our hotel and they were able to send a car to come get us. When the car came, it was untagged, y'all. I was not playing with them. He was like, no, y'all, come on, let's get in the car or whatever. And I was like, no, if y'all security guards are not getting in this car with us, we're not going. We will walk back to this hotel, because we knew how to get there. It was just a dark pitch black road, like nothing but trees, woods, like we're scared. The security guard was like, yeah, we'll come. He tried to get in the front. I said, no, you're getting in this back seat, mister. Y'all, we made him ride in between us. I made my friend get in the front seat. We had our windows down in the back seat in case we needed to jump out that car. But we made it back to the hotel safe, y'all, immediately. We just like broke down. We were hugging each other. Like, we could not sleep. This is just like such a traumatizing experience. Everybody keep telling us, like, you know, we need to contact the police, the embassy, and everything. Everybody just, it was a lot. The police came. They eventually went to go check the scene out, and one of my friends, her phone was left inside the car because he did not take her phone. She was sleeping. So we had her updated location. Even still to right now, we can see her updated location because her phone isn't dead. Y'all, they went there. They showed us a random man. They said it was 3 taxis in that apartment complex. They showed us a random man driver. It wasn't him, but they never showed us 2 other drivers. So honestly, I feel like the police was in on it. They tried to actually get us to leave with the police. They said we have to go with him to go with them to identify the man, and we refused. I told them we're not going anywhere. Like, if I go anywhere, it's going to be me leaving here to go to the airport to go home. And I'm so glad I didn't, because they could have been in on it. Like, they didn't show us the guy. Y'all showed us one person, but y'all said it was 3 taxis there. Weird. So this is the last part of how me and my friends survived the kidnapping attempt in Cartagena, Columbia. So y'all, honestly, with this situation, when I told the story on Instagram, I thought I was good. I thought I was over it. A couple hours that went by. It was about 12 hours later. I thought it was fine. Mind y'all, we literally had only been to Colombia for 24 hours at this point. We arrived at Colombia at 10:30 p.m. on Monday. This happened Tuesday at 1:38 in the morning. We were literally texting each other in the ride the entire time, which is crazy, because we were literally had just joked about, like, I told her, I said, he acting weird. If he tries something, we're going to take his car. Not knowing that a minute later, he would snatch our phones and we could have been sex trafficked, y'all. He literally had 3 motorcycles waiting down the road, but because we had passed them up and beat him up to that point, they didn't come to that point because we were so close to where the security was. They did not want us to get caught. I just want to tell anybody who decides to go to Cartagena, Columbia, if you ever decide, get a private driver. Honestly, I wouldn't even trust the street food. Get you a private chef. Like, do not trust the yellow taxis. Do not go anywhere by yourself. Keep the communication with those people to a bare minimum, because they scam. Even when we bought stuff off the street, y'all, they kept trying to scam us and overcharge us. This man tried to sell my friend some gas, some Zaza. He wanted $50 for 3.5 or 3.5. Do you think we're agreeing? Mind you, nobody out there was smoking. That was skeptical. He told me, somebody got that sticky icky. No, you kept your sticky and your icky, because nobody wants that. My biggest fear was going out here and getting like a stomach bug. I didn't got kidnapped. That was the least of my worries. Like, this is just such a traumatizing experience. One minute I'm crying, the next minute I'm happy, because I'm like, dang, I really made it back home. I just keep thinking about how so many people do not make it back home, and nobody understands how I feel in this situation except my 2 friends who were there with me. It's so many emotions, y'all. I'm paranoid. Like, when I got off the plane, I'm checking over my shoulder. Like, I know I'm going to have to go to therapy for this situation, because it's so traumatizing. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. My voice is going in and out because I keep crying. Like, this is just such a devastating experience, and it makes me want to set out on traveling. We literally had another trip booked for May. This literally makes me want to sit out on traveling. We've said forget the trip, forget the money we spent. Y'all, we spent so much money on this trip. it's just not even worth it. Be safe, watch your surroundings, and if you don't know how to defend yourself, please have self-defense, because if it wasn't for us self-defending ourselves, that man probably would have been able to get us. He was not expecting that at all. Like, he just kept looking at us like he was in shock. We fought back for our lives, and I will do it again if I have to. If I had a weapon, I would have defended myself if I had to. Please just be cautious, y'all, as a young female, like, anywhere, because men do not have the same experience in these foreign countries that we have.
Oh, wait, when I tell you, her telling her story, I'm getting chills listening to that. And thank God those women were communicating via text, and they were feeling something wasn't right, and they had each other's back, which is what's most important. And of course, social media is always social median, and people are asking for receipts. Some people are like, clowning them, and it's just sad. You have a few dusties talking about, well, I didn't have that experience when I was out there. So I'm gonna play you guys the videos of her showing the receipts. I'm going to show some people responding back to them. And I'm also going to show her friends' story as well.
I'm just not waking up and I'm seeing all these outlets are posting us, and everybody have their opinions. But I just want to clear up a few things. For one, we were not drunk. For some reason, we just had no desire to have a drink, which is so crazy because we literally drink on vacation, but we did not drink when we were in the city. So we had not one lick of alcohol. Like, we literally ate at that restaurant and had water. The most I had was a hookah, but what is a hookah? Number two, we never got our phones back. My phone location still says that it's in Colombia. We all ordered new phones. We were on our iPads. That's how we were able to get in contact with our parents. I never bring my iPad. For some reason, I brought my iPad with me, but yes, that's another thing. 3, it may seem crazy how he waited till 5 minutes till we got to the hotel. It's crazy to us too. We literally was saying the same thing. Why did he wait till he got so close to the hotel? I don't know. That was nothing but God. In my mind, this is what I said. I feel like he was just trying to figure out how he was going to do it, because it was 3 of us. I don't feel like this was planned. Everybody keeps saying his buddies would have came. This was not planned. He literally was driving up, and we was like, hey, how much for the ride or whatever. Like, he wasn't like sitting parked plotting. Like, he was like passing us up, and we were walking, and we was like, hey, are you accepting rides right now? And he said yes. He asked us where we were going. He asked us where we were going. We told him, and he said 50. And we said, okay. We got in the car. So he didn't have time to contact any accomplices. He was not on his phone the entire time. He picked his phone up one time. He looked at something, and then he put his phone back down. So he did not have time to communicate with anybody. Y'all keep saying we wouldn't have got away. No, baby, we would have got away, because God is always on my side. The entire time this was going on, I was praying, I was screaming, I was repenting. So yes, it may seem surreal, it may seem fake, but nothing about it is fake. At the end of the day, a lot of y'all don't believe in God. That's why y'all think it's fake. No, baby, it's real. It's real. Nothing about it is fake. Nothing. Another thing people were saying, we probably was aggressive towards him. What's crazy is we did not have a conversation. I couldn't even tell you what his voice sounded like. We had no conversation with him. We did not go off on him. Y'all, we was chilling. Like, we were just ready to get back home to the hotel.
Isn't it funny that when it comes to black women, people are automatically saying y'all was probably aggressive towards him? Even if they were aggressive, you mean to tell me that negates the fact that he's just allowed to try and kidnap them and take them to, another location than where they requested? Look at all this stuff that as black women, even when we go through trauma and we're online crying and our lashes look like they're crip walking on our faces, people are still tearing these young girls up, and telling them that this couldn't be real and we don't believe you, we need receipts. But if this was blonde hair, blue-eyed Becky, no one would question the story. This is sad.
Like, we were just tired. At the end of the day, it's always going to be some weirdos saying they don't believe us. This is why people never come out. But at the end of the day, I'm used to attention. I already have a large following, so I'm used to people having negative shit to say. At the end of the day, this is real. This really happened to us. Y'all have a blessed day. I hope this never happens to y'all family, since y'all just don't believe us. And I'm about to go have some retail therapy. I am not reading the comments no more, because that shit will drive you crazy.
So now this is one of the other girls that was also involved with the attempted kidnapping. So she's going to tell her side of the story to help, corroborate what her initial friend was telling the internet as well.
Okay, y'all, so I am not a TikTok bitch. I'm not an influencer. I don't have no big following page. I'm just trying to spread awareness and get people to understand, like, what happened. Because, like, even for us, this shit just feels like, now that we're back home, this shit feels so surreal that we're literally 24 hours later back. Because this shit does not happen. Like, people do not get a chance to call their parents. Anyway, this is going to be a story about how we almost got kidnapped in Cartagena, Colombia, the first day there. So boom, I'm gonna go back in the story and tell y'all, like, every single sign that we had that should have told us not to even go. But, like, we're just gonna talk about the night. So my friend Janae and Lex, they're both TikTok famous, but Janae has a friend that was in Cartagena with us, like, not with us, but she just happened to come on the same week as us because it's spring break. So she invited us to this bus party, like this bus tour. And she picked us up from a resort because she had a private driver. Like, she had her own driver, and she knew him. They was contacting each other, like, before the trip even happened. So she felt comfortable with him coming to get us as well. Because although we were staying at a resort and we could have got a taxi or a cab with them, it just made sense, since we're all going together, that, boom, we're just gonna ride together. So they come pick us up. We're in the party bus. It's not even a party bus. Like, yes, there's music playing, but it wasn't like we were getting drunk. Let that be very known. We were not getting drunk. Yes, we might have been drinking, but it was a snoring off, like a 2% alcohol beverage. Like, it was nothing. So after the party bus, after the bus tour, mind you, we went around the city 2 times, and the whole time we were going around the city, people kept stopping. That we made stops, and you were able to get, like, drinks, and you were like, they were passing out beer, and we made a pit stop to pee, y'all. We had to pay to piss, but, like, that's besides the point. So after the bus tour was done, they had stopped at a club. We didn't go inside the club. We went to the restaurant next to it, because all we kept talking about was being hungry, because the resort food was not good. We really haven't ate. Like I said, I'm gonna go in the backstory and tell y'all, like, how the experience was getting there, because that will explain to y'all, like, why we were so determined on getting something to eat. We had kind of made a list of places to go. Like I said, I don't be on TikTok, but I had looked up on TikTok Cartagena black girl restaurants, like, things for us to do while we're out there. Be prepared. Like, you don't want to just go to a country and not know not a fuck thing, and you just looking shit up and doing it. So we did things the right way, and we went to the restaurant that we had looked up. Like, I can tell y'all the place. If y'all look it up, there's so many black people going to that restaurant. We went to the restaurant. The man gave us the menu on the drink menu side, and then he flipped it. All we ordered was food. All we drank was water. We were not drunk. We were sober. We were alert. And, like, y'all, like, what's the word when it's like we were talking about what was happening? The foreshadowing that we was doing. Like, we was talking about a whole different event, and I'm the one that said, if my friends are ever in danger, it don't matter, like, boy, girl, woman, man, anything. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. If y'all do anything towards my friends, I'm on defense mode. Like, we had a circumstance where I literally was protecting my friend with my fist. Like, I do whatever I gotta do for the people that I love. So we talked about that, and we went home. Like, we were going home. We saw a taxi, and he said $50, but he was super, super eager, y'all. Like, super, super, super eager. He was so eager for us to go. So we was like, nah. Like, first of all, the $50 was a red flag, because it was only a 23-minute drive. But again, it was like 1 o'clock. So I guess when we went to the second driver, the driver that we picked him, y'all. We picked him. The driver that we picked, he told us $50 too. We looking like, okay, y'all, this might be like how much we gotta pay. We just gotta pay. We want to go home. We want to go home, be safe. So we just did it, right? Boom. Janae in the passenger seat. I'm in the back seat behind the driver, and Lex is next to me in the back seat behind Janae, kind of diagonal to the taxi driver. Okay. So we in the car. I put the GPS on my phone. Simply because like I said, we always go on vacation, and I just like to know where I'm going and how long it's gonna take. Like, it's not even about being safe. It's like, how long we got till we can go home, you feel me? So I always put the GPS in my phone, and my phone was working the best. So I had it in my phone. I could see him like changing the directions, you know, like he would miss the 100 foot. Like if we was going like 100 feet to the right, and he would just keep going. He would just keep going, and I'm like, okay, this is city, so he know where he going. Maybe it's a shortcut. Mind y'all, he didn't even put the GPS in his phone. So I'm just thinking, because he's a taxi cab driver and we're at a resort and it's a nice resort, maybe he's done this so many times that he doesn't even need the directions. So I have the directions to my phone. My eyes got so heavy because I'm gonna give y'all the backstory on how we even got there and like how there were so many signs for us not to go. But my eyes were so heavy. I only slept like 6 hours that whole trip. So my eyes were getting so heavy, and I told Janae, like, put it on your phone. Put the GPS on your phone. I still had the GPS on my phone because, like I said, Lex is sitting by me, so I want her to still be able to see it. That's why the phone was in my lap. So my eyes doze off, and I'm asleep. Y'all, I promise y'all, I was like this. Lex called my name and said, Maya, he trying to kidnap us. Immediately I woke up. But before all that, because I'm asleep, I don't know what everything is going on. But basically, he was going down a speed bump. And when he's slowing down during a speed bump, he pressed the gear, moved the gear, turned around, snatched their phones out their hand. Immediately when he snatched them phones, Lex started beating him. Started beating the fuck out of him. She's like, nigga, what did she say? She was like, bitch ass nigga. And Janae immediately started following that. When Lex started punching him, like the first couple punches, she said, Maya, he's trying to kidnap us. Y'all, I woke out of my sleep to find out my friends are getting attacked. I just told y'all in the other video, I don't play by my friends. I woke up, no questions being said. I'm not confused. I immediately started swinging on this man. So Janae hitting him, think about this, but backwards, right? So Janae hitting him on this side. I'm hitting him on this side. Lex is punching him on this side. We are punching this fool. Like, all I know is how to fight. I don't know how to, like, squeeze and bite and do that. I'm just fighting like this is a bitch that just fucked my nigga. I'm so... But you're trying to take my life, my friend's life. We got kids at home, families at home. I'm not playing that. So we just start punching. At this point, part three. I'm sorry. So like I said, immediately when I woke up, I started punching him. I started punching the fuck out of him. He could not take that. He did not understand that what was happening. So he got off the car and got on Janae's side. When he got on Janae's side, he chest kicked her. All right. After he got on Janae's side, he came to my side. Me and this nigga is playing tug of war with the door. Like he's trying to get me. This nigga hit me dead in my face. Like, I have a filter on this. It's so bad. On the other video, you can see I have a cut somewhere right here. This nigga punched me. When he couldn't get to me, Lex was... when I say thank you, God, for Lex, even Janae, thank you, God, for the people that was with me. But Lex was being so vocal and telling us what we needed to do. But, like, we knew what we needed to do. But, like, we was on a mission. Like, now that it's being said out loud, okay, boom. So then Janae get in the front seat. She in the driver's seat. It's a stick shift. So we can't drive it. He go on Lex's side. That's when he chest kicked Lex. He hit Lex in the back of his, like, in the back of her head. He drug her by her wig, took her out the car. But y'all, like I said, this is not happening to us. I dragged Lex so motherfucking hard back in that goddamn car because you're not leaving without us. I pulled him in. So when that happened, like I said, my phone is on my lap. I don't know when it got off my lap. But I pulled her back in. I dragged him in the car with us. He's hitting us. Y'all, when he swung and hit me in my throat, I thought this nigga had a knife. I thought he had a knife to my fucking throat. I thought this nigga stabbed me in my throat. I thought it was over. But y'all, I'm still swinging. Like, I'm going like this because Lex is like right here and he's trying to pull Lex. I'm swinging. He realized that wasn't going to work. He got back to Janae. He came back to me. Y'all, this nigga was... That shit is undescribable. Like, when I tell y'all, the pieces is still coming together because even watching my friends' videos and watching this video, it's like, oh my God, I did pull you. Oh my God, like, I was punching him. Like, oh my God, we really got chest kicked. We really had to run off the car. I know for sure Janae was trying to drive the stick shift. But like even Lex said when we first got in the car, like, I wish I knew how to drive a stick shift. We do not know how to drive stick shifts. That's not something we know how to do. All I know, y'all, is that this nigga attacked my friend from the back seat. He had been looking at her the whole ride there, and I didn't know because I was asleep. And let me tell y'all, I would never sleep in a car again, but I know it was not my fault. Like that, nobody is blaming nobody because we got out of the situation, and that was nothing but God. Like I said, he came to both he came from every single direction twice. He came from his side. He had their phones. I don't know where my phone was at. When I got out the car, because we had told each other, like, hold on, this is going to be the outside part, y'all. Because we not even done. It's not even close to being done.
I believe what this man was hoping was that these girls would abandon each other. And so, like, while he's grabbing one of the girls, the other two would run off. While he's grabbing Janae, the other two would run off. And so that's why he tried it twice with each girl. But they all were steadfast on not leaving each other. We came together, we're leaving together. So this was nothing but God. This story is just, it's crazy listening to this.
Let me just add on the video. Janae was punching, I was punching. Lex did the biggest motherfucking one. That hoe is scratching, grabbing his balls. We put our fingers in his booty hole. We was doing anything to get him. I'm doing like anything you could think of, and that's why I really don't appreciate y'all coming in like the comments asking like why, like we could have did this or we should have did this or I shouldn't have been asleep or why y'all ain't wake her up or y'all this and that. Y'all, we made it out. And we made it out because the idea of what we had going on is we not.
You know, it's sad that everybody wants to be a Monday morning quarterback. These girls are telling their story on how they fought for survival. And here, there's still people in the comments talking about what they should have done. If you were in that situation, a lot of y'all wouldn't have done shit but went off with the kidnappers. So let's keep that real. Thank goodness their discernment and their instincts kicked in and they were genuinely friends. Half y'all don't even have no real friends who really have y'all's back. But y'all are providing all this commentary in their comment section. Interesting.
We not leaving one or the other. One or the other not going. Like, it ain't, you either going to take all three of us, because all three of us staying. Like, if I got to get hoes down by the end of the night, I'm going to be holding these hoes' hands by the end. You know, I'm not letting go. I refuse to come back to Houston and tell Miss Emma or Kyrie that they don't have their daughter or mama. You feel me? So we were so big on like making sure we got each other right. So he tried to drag me out the car a couple times. He done dragged Lex out the car a couple times. He done tried to get Janae. And I don't know how, but we got out the car. We got out the car. We just start running. We start taking off. But y'all, what's so crazy is when I was getting out the car, I could hear my phone or I have an Apple Watch as well. And it started making like that emergency noise, you know, like that. I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I heard it, so I thought I had it. We're running though. Like, we ain't got no choice. We don't got no shoes on. We have no shoes on. Running barefoot. Like I said, y'all, I was asleep before this happened. I don't see my phone and see that we was 5 minutes away or however far we was. I'm thinking we 8 hours away. I'm thinking we in Bolivia, y'all. I can't even say Cartagena. So y'all know I'm thinking we in what? I don't even know the cities in the country. Like, I do not know, y'all. So I'm just praying to God. Like, y'all, I was praying to my daddy. No, if y'all don't know, my daddy passed away. So I'm praying to my daddy, like, oh my God, please, this cannot be the end. Like, this cannot be the end. Like, please do not let this be the end. Like, I don't care how bad I want to see you. I don't care how bad I be speaking on. I just cannot. This cannot be the end. Like, we got to make sure Lex get home to her son. We got to make sure Janae go back to Minnie. Like, we got families. We got parents. We got mamas and dads. Like, no way. You know what I'm saying? So we start running. Y'all, this man then got back in the car, started driving, stopped. That's when we panicked. We panicked bad as fuck, but we still running. Panicking. He gonna get out the car and pick up the pieces. Because like I said, we are grabbing. We are playing tug-of-war with our lives. We are fighting for our lives. Janae done took off the interior. The middle of his shit is fucked up because we've been hitting him, knocking him, doing all types of shit. He's getting all that. Sassy ass nigga gonna throw Lex wig out the window and then drive off. But because we're running, I'm still looking back because I'm looking like this nigga better not turn back around and stop and hit us. Like, even though we just got out of this situation, we still got a whole bunch of obstacles to get from because I don't know where we're at. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. We've been fighting for at least 10 minutes. We've been fighting for at least 10 minutes. He done came on every side of the door. He came back on his side of the door. He done got in the car again. Like, y'all, we was like, it's crazy. Let me just add on the video. Janae was punching. I was. Okay, let me also add that Janae jumped on the car to get our phone. So he's driving. Janae has her hands on the on the passenger side in the front trying to get our phones. He's probably going 30 miles per hour and stops trying to brake check her. In my mind, I'm running behind my friend because in my head, if she's getting back in the car, we're all getting back in the car. So let me just go ahead and keep up. Like, let's keep this shit, right and tight, right? Anyway, that did not work. So we're just running. While we're running, y'all, I won't even say 500 feet away. It was 3 motorcycles waiting on us. 3 motorcycles waiting on us. We started screaming help. Janae know how to speak a little Spanish, so she was saying it in Spanish. We screaming. They don't have no shoes on. We just running, and we just asking for, like, we just looking for help. But we saw this white man. What's the people that be living in them houses, them little small little houses? They was in the 8 Mile movie with Eminem, with the house that Eminem and his mama used to live in. A trailer. He was in a trailer with his flashlight talking about, okay, like asking if we was okay, but like we don't know who's in on this. Like, this just happened to us 30 seconds ago. So, us seeing the motorcycles, y'all, why Lex? Lex go hide behind this thin ass pole, booty bout big as hell. Who think you can't hide not a fuck thing from them niggas? 3 motorcycles waiting on us. A white man and a flashlight by a trailer. We running to the next resort because, like I said, y'all, I was just asleep 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago, my eyes was closed. I have no idea what was on my phone. I have no idea how far we are. I'm just following along and going with the, like, there's no questions being asked right now. We're just fighting for our life. So I had no idea that we was 5 minutes from the resort. But this is 5 minutes driving. This is not 5 minutes walking. We're also in the dark. Our resort is in the cut. We running. We see a hotel. We see a resort. We thinking because at our resort they speak English, because it's tourists, they gonna speak English. But we're not at the resort. We're at the security to get in the resort. Biggest language barrier that you can motherfucking imagine. We are talking to these people in Google Translate. Mind you, we are freaking out. We can barely breathe. Like, everybody is panicking because this did not just happen. We talking to them. Mid combo, this nigga start chuckling, y'all, laughing. I'm in this whole, like, the girl from Bad Girls Club. Why are you laughing at me? I had to ask them, like, what is so funny? Like, what is funny? Like, and that's when Lex came up with this, like, are y'all in on this? Like, is y'all trying to get us too? Because we don't trust nobody. We don't know who to go to. We don't know what to do, who to speak to, where to, like, y'all, it's crazy. So I get this idea to go through the gate. The gate is closed, but if I push it both ways, my little ass can maybe get through it. All I hear is Lex say, Maya, I got something to go to. Chill. Because if I run through this, I'm trespassing. These niggas gonna shoot me in my back. I'm trying to go to the resort and get a phone and talk to somebody in English, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna make it. I'm knowing they'll follow me because that's what we've been doing this whole time. There's no talking for real. But I knew they would follow me, but it's like, no, fuck that. So we keep talking to them. They're trying to talk to our resort, and they're calling the resort on a walkie, like, asking, like, do we live there? Like, they asking us our resort, our names, our room number, and we didn't want to give them no room number. Why would I give you my room number? Like, y'all finna take us. Like, oh my God, what the fuck? Why do you need that? You do not need that, and we're telling you, we no shoes, no wig. Like, what the, like, come on, look at my face. You can tell we just got into something. So they asking for the room number. Janae told them 443. We really was in 442. But at the end of the day, we realized we're not even going to be here by the end of this night. So let's just tell them the room number. So we got that clear. They finally came. So they finally called a resort. They talked to the resort. They had asked us about another bitch because when we had lied and said we were staying in 443, they was like, who is this and that? And that wasn't us, obviously. So then we told them the room number because we realized we was not going to stay there not a minute longer. Like, as soon as we can get the fuck out of Colombia, we got the fuck out of Colombia. That's why we was back 24 hours, and it's unbelievable. Unfucking believable. So we see this van come. Silver van, unbranded, no name on it. We like, oh my god, y'all, like this could be just as bad. And it doesn't make it no worse. Like the van was right there. As the van is parking, we see another van that's branded with the name of the resort we're at. So we're like, oh my god, is it passing us up? Should we get in this van? Then they talking about we need to get in the back. Legs pull me. I'm getting in the front. They in the two. They sit on this too, and we got the security man that we just talked to for the last like 20 minutes in the middle. We not playing, because even when the man came and picked us up, I'm asking him for his ID. I'm asking for his information. I don't care about no name tag, because you gotta got it out for that Party City. I don't know, because of the cousin, y'all could all be doing this to us. We don't know. We don't trust nobody. We just literally just almost got our life taken and fought for our life, and we barely got out of it. So of course we're not trying to go back in the situation. So we get in the van. We got our windows down. The Lex and Janae got their windows down. I got my window down, and I keep pressing on lock, because when we got in it, I heard them lock it, and I'm really paranoid at this point. So if I'm in the front seat, I'm finna keep this door unlocked. Every 5 seconds, I kept pressing the lock button, because if we gotta roll out, we don't got no phones. The phones is in the car. Mine's under the seat. The man don't even know my phone under the seat. So I'm just unlocking. If we gotta roll and go again, we gonna do it again, and we gonna run back to the resort. But we seen a resort name, and it was like a release. But like we still so scared, like terrified. So we finally get to the resort. I think we stopped and talked to them for a minute, but we wasn't really trying to talk because we were trying to go back to our room and get our iPads. Thank God that we had our iPads, and immediately we just called our families. We're trying to talk to them, yada yada this, right? Cool. The police finally got there. Like I said, y'all, my phone fell. He didn't snatch my phone. So my phone is under his seat. He has no idea that my phone is under his seat. So he's driving, making pit stops. I'm screenshotting every time this nigga make a move. I have 18 screenshots in my phone of this nigga with the phones in the car. The police get there. I'm telling them the last stop. The last stop was a minute ago when they got there. I'm just showing them like, hey, like he's right here, right here. They gonna ask us, should we go with them? Like, we need to go with them. We need to go with Colombia laws. We need to go with them and identify them. We need to identify the man that just tried to kidnap us, so we can know that it's him. We all looked at each other like, fuck no. I'm telling them, like, there's no way I'm going back in a situation that we just got out of. Like, we were so blessed to get out of the situation. I'm not putting myself in no danger. We all on the same page. None of us is doing the same thing. Like, we is not going back in that car. The cop car wasn't even a cop car. Not the cop cars we used to. It looked like a SWAT car. Like, the people they, like, transferring the inmates. Like, the backup, they pull it, and it's people, like, we wouldn't be able to have got back in, like, we wouldn't be able to have unlocked that door. I don't know what the fuck he thought was going on, but that shit was stupid as fuck. So they like, okay. Mind you, we're translating through somebody at the resort. It's a guy named Raphael. Raphael, I love you with all my heart. Thank you so much for being on our side. Thank you for trying to communicate. But at the same time, he was translating, and I'm not sure he was saying everything that we were saying. So it's like, again, it's a language barrier. These we can barely communicate with these people to even get the help that we need. So what was I saying? They asked me for my iPad. The police officers asked me for my iPad, to bring my iPad with them to go to the scene without us, because we didn't agree to go to the scene with them. I'm like, no, I'm not giving y'all my iPad. This is the only way I'm able to communicate with my mama. The only way I'm gonna be able to communicate with my mama. No, like, there's no way I'm giving y'all my iPad. I already got my phone stolen. Like, I just almost got kidnapped. We all just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not giving you my iPad. This nigga gonna ask me for my iCloud. My iCloud. So you want me to give you my iCloud so that when I do leave Colombia, you'll know exactly where I'm at right now? So you can come to Houston, come get me at my mama's house? Absolutely fucking not. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the backstory too.
Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot to digest. I'm not going to go into her backstory, but I'm getting a feeling the police may have been involved in it, because from what Lex, the other girl, was saying, is that they went and said that there were 3 taxi cars, but they only gave them 1 suspect. They didn't bring out 2 other guys. So, you know, a lot of these countries have corrupt police as well because the money's not moneying. So that is just scary, but I just thank God that they were safe. I'm going to play a few more videos for you guys as well.
All right, so I had to cut my birthday trip short in Colombia because the first night we was out there, we almost got kidnapped. Like, literally, y'all. This is real. This is not to shit on nobody country, but don't go there as no black woman. They target young girls. Their ratio is 80 to 20 when it comes to male and female. Like, it just wasn't safe out there. So I gotta start from the whole beginning, and I don't want nobody telling me, oh, I've been there before, I never experienced that. Don't discredit what happened to me, and don't try to undermine that shit. I need therapy. This is very traumatic what happened to us. So let's start with the delays. It was so many delays even trying to get to Colombia. If y'all watch my other stuff, we missed our first flight. Okay, cool. We were supposed to get to Colombia at 12 p.m. We didn't get to Colombia until 10:30 p.m. that same night. All right, so basically, like, our first full day, this happened to us. So I meet Kalia Denise. Y'all know her. That's my mutual out there. I said, oh dang, she in Colombia too. Let's link. So she said she gonna have her driver pick us up. I took some pictures. That's where y'all could see those videos. This happened that day. Like, it happened literally our only day in Colombia. So we went on the party bus. We cool. We drinking their beers. We're talking. We're laughing and stuff. When we stopped to our first stop to the locals, they trying to sell us the green stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, we was thinking about purchasing, but it looked like the how it looked and the price of it. He was trying to like sell it to us. We was just like, nah, we don't need it that bad. We bought like a fan. We bought maracas and like a satchel or whatever. So this, like, after we got off the party bus, everything went haywire. So we got off the party bus. Kalia was like, do y'all need a oh, I forgot to add this part. When I told Kalia how many delays we had, she was like, oh girl, I would have went home. So now all of this, it was so many foreshadowing events that happened. When we told her we didn't want to ride with her driver anymore, because that's how we got to the city. Her driver took us. She has a personal driver. That's why she stayed in Colombia. When we got there, we was like, no, we'll just go by ourselves to the club, and then we'll just get a ride back. We'll take a yellow taxi. You're not supposed to take a yellow taxi out there. They tell you, the locals will tell you that Uber is illegal because it doesn't give you tangible evidence on who they are and how to track them. So that's how we got into that's how that happened. My bad. Let me get my train of thought. Okay, so I left off at the taxi stuff, but I forgot to say, when they trying to sell us stuff, like, it was kind of overwhelming because it's a whole lot of men just trying to sell you this. They put. Okay, so I left off at the taxi stuff, but I forgot to say, when they trying to sell us stuff, like, it was kind of overwhelming because it's a whole lot of men just trying to sell you this. They putting stuff in your hand. They trying to do this. They trying to do that. And in the midst of that, my friend, she had her money out, and it's like in a little envelope. And we was like, well, we don't want to flash like that, but she wasn't trying to. But it's still like, it's just, that's neither here nor there. We just wanted to add that, like, it was kind of overwhelming with the purchases and everything, and how they was just like trying to hound you. So, we had to pay to pee. Oh yeah, we had to pay to pee, and like, it was just like nothing is free in Colombia. Like, nothing is free. So we didn't like the food at our resort either. So when we decided to go to like a club, first we went to Taboo. When we went to Taboo, the vibes just wasn't there. Like, a burger was like $38. We like, are they trying to, like, okay, we're not trying, we just trying to go somewhere like cheaper. Like, we thought, you know, whatever. So when we go to Casa Palenque, that place that's always advertised in Colombia for being just so safe, cultural, and nice and stuff like that, we got the Casa Palenque. We went upstairs. We didn't like the food either up there. I think it's just a way of how I don't like the food. So when we got off for the taxis, we know not to go up to the equal people that's just trying to like take you. So well, not trying to take you, but like trying to just like accommodate you. I don't know. We just didn't go up to him. When he told us that it was 50, we was like, okay, never mind, we walking away. So he's watching us just walk away wherever we walking, and we ran into this man. Before we ran into this man, I hope I had a video when I get my phone. Like, you know how they be rapping to y'all? He was rapping to us, bate chocolate, and then I didn't want to buy I didn't want to pay him for that because I'm trying to get my Uber. Like, you came up to me. And then even had it down to the cat calling, like, the eye mommy, the biting. They went in kisses and stuff like that. Like, it's just too, like, overly saturated with flirtation. I don't know. So when we got into the second one, it was a nice, handsome man. Like, the one that did this to us, nice, handsome, young looking. Like, he don't look like, but then again, you can't, don't judge a book. So when we got in there, he told us it was 52. Like, it was 50 as well. We was like, you know what, we probably not gonna get no cheaper because our hotel, we didn't know. We stayed at Dreams Caribana. It's in the cut. So when he told us 50, we got in. When we got in, my friends, we naturally just put on the GPS just to make sure that everybody going everywhere. We don't just do this only there. Like, we always do that when we travel. travel. So my friend in the back, she noticing that he keep like missing like small turns. He's still going the same, like the correct way in general, but like he's still missing them. And like after he'll miss 2 left turns, he'll make up for it in the next left. So she was she was getting sleepy, so her eyes getting heavy. She texted me because I'm in the front seat. She was like, Janae, put on your GPS. Usually I don't even listen like to her when I just be in the front. I be vibing just on my phone, but like, you know, just everything happening for a reason. So I put in the GPS. He missed his first 2 left turns, and then the next one, like I said, he made up for it. So I remember us on the freeway, and that's when I ran into the first red flag. Usually when we in another country, they always drive like fast, trying to get you where they gotta go because they're going back to where the money is, like where the meeting points are, because it's touristy. So he's driving slow behind this one van. I'm like, okay, I don't really think nothing of it. I'm getting off Instagram, but I still got the GPS on, and I'm seeing that he kind of like looking this way, but I'm looking at him too. And let me insert the messages. Hold on, hold on. Okay, so I left off at the taxi stop, but I forgot to say. All right, so I had to cut my birthday trip short. Okay. All right, y'all, so this is part 3 of us escaping attempted kidnapping. So I left off at us at the first red flag of him being like behind this other van, like driving slow, because in other countries that I've been in, they always drive like fast to get you where you gotta go. So I have the GPS still on my phone and stuff. We're on the freeway at this point. I'm about to show y'all the messages. So these are messages right here. This is just normal paranoia for us just outside the country. We literally are not thinking nothing out the ordinary. The reason why I was comfortable with him like missing his turns, because I'm thinking like maybe he know his city, he know how to get there. So by the grace of God, I woke up, y'all. First, let me rewind. So at first when we got in the car, he had the windows down. He rose them back. I rose some of mine up, and I noticed that he turned the air all the way on. So I'm getting cold. I'm guessing he thought we was drunk, because you know when you cold, you're gonna go to sleep. So Maya was already asleep. My friend in the back seat. So I said Frio, like, because that's cold in Spanish. He didn't say nothing, so I just was moving the vents around. I'm wondering, like, he not playing on music, or at least trying to play on music, because our first taxi, he played the music and stuff like that. So let me fast forward. So when we was in the car, God woke me up, and I was like, nah, so you're supposed to be going this way, the U-turn, to get back to our hotel, because that's how it was set up. He was trying to get in the far right lane. I said no. He said, oh, okay. So when we get in the cut of the hotel, it's like we 5 minutes away from the hotel, y'all. So probably like, what, 1.5 miles, 2 miles, something like that. So he said, your GPS? I said, yeah, my GPS, because I'm getting irritated. I feel like you playing with me, but I'm still not thinking it's about to happen. So he was like, he said, your GPS again. So I put it in my left hand. I'm showing him like this. He take the phone, but not in a snatchy way. Like, he just took it like, oh, let me see. He's like, okay. He zoomed out. Now that I'm thinking about it, y'all, he zoomed out to see how far would we be from the hotel, and where could he try to do his attempt at. Okay, so he was just staring at it, zoomed out. I'm like, all right, so I held my hand out, like, get my phone. He gave my phone back, and then he got on his phone. He typed in the code to his phone. It was like 2 something. I'm looking at the code, but I can't really see because it was too many numbers. So he got on his phone. I think he went to like Safari or somewhere where his search was, typed in a few words, nothing too out the regular. He slid his phone back on top of the steering wheel, and then he tried to make a left turn, but like I said, he had the directions already. You already knew to go straight. So as soon as he tried to buck the left, I said, no sir, you going straight. You know where we're going here. You know where we're going. Okay, straight. The way this man threw his car in, like, literally a couple seconds later, he was like, okay, straight. I don't know. I think we passed over a speed bump, or since he was already, like, slowing down, trying to speed back up because I told him go straight. That's how it was, like, so comfortable and so convenient for him to hurry up and go in gear like that. So he went in gear, smooth as hell. Gear, in that same sentence, in that same breath, he took me and my friend's phone. Like, he took mine with his left and hers with the right. And then he starts, like, lunging at her. So Lex didn't waste no time. And I'm glad that all of our fight or flight senses was on right then. We wasn't trying to give me my phone, be scared or nothing. I really don't know what his end game was, because anyway, let me fast forward. So he took her phone. She, boom, as soon as her phone relieved her hand, she punching. Now I start punching from the side, because, like, mind you, he's lunging from the driver's seat to the back to my friend. So she bitch, like, she punching him and stuff, and I'm punching him from the side. So then my friend wake up. She said, Maya, this whole ass, like, this nigga trying to kidnap us. So she's punching him. They both getting, like, he's getting punched by both of them in the back. When he comes to the front, and I'm punching him too. I'm punching him. And then he gets out the car. When he gets out the car, he kicks me, steel toe boot, like the way my hand is right here in my chest. Kicked the shit out of me like this. And I felt it, but I didn't feel that as much as the impact, because my adrenaline, I'm like, because I'm really shocked. So are you serious? Like, are you, what the, like, come on. Okay, but I don't have no time to, like, act like I'm shocked. We still, like, punching. So he closes the door, and then he tries to pull my friend out. And I gotta come with a part 4. All right, so I left out when he chest kicked me, and then he went to the back seat trying to grab Maya. So y'all know that Lex was already like, Maya, get up, this nigga trying to kidnap us. So he opened the door, he trying to pull Maya out the car. Lex is trying to pull him in. So I really thank God for Lex verbally telling all of us like what to do and how to navigate. I'm pretty sure we would have figured it out, but like just her instruction just helped. So she was thinking, in her mindset, she was telling us like, either we gonna all be in this car and lock him out and try to drive off, like we said in the messages. I'm gonna post the other part too. And then she said, fuck, what I say? Pulling Maya out the car. I'm still in the front trying to work the stick. I don't know where the clutch is. I keep pushing the brake in the gear, but obviously it's a stick shift. So he realized that he can't go on that, like he can't pull Maya out from the angle, like from the back, the driver back door. So he goes on the passenger back door where Lex is at, trying to pull her out. Lex still fighting. We fighting. So now he pulled Lex out the car by her wig. So I'm looking for our phones and like trying to drive off, but I couldn't do it, so I'm punching him like anywhere I can. So now that Lex and him are by this door, he pulled her out the car by the wig, and and Maya trying to pull Lex in at this point. So now she pulling this way, and I'm guessing she pulled so hard that Maya and Lex was on top of each other. Like Maya was at the end on the back driver, and then Lex was right here on top, and the man was on top of both of them. So that's how Lex started. That's why I did the hand movement like that. Lex was twisting that man nuts and biting his face, and I'm just jawing him. I'm like, Lord, please. I don't even remember my nails coming off. I don't recall any of that except this one coming off when I hit him with my right hand. But we were fighting for a long time, y'all. Like, we only saying what we remember, but it had to be way more other factors because we wore this man out. Like, he literally gave up. So when he's pulling us like that, I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. He leave them alone. He get out the car now. He's coming back around from the back way to the front seat. So now they telling me like, Janae, lock the door, try to drive off. I could not find the lock of it. So he tries to we doing a struggle right here, y'all. I literally Hulk smashed the door. Not that, but I'm pulling the door like this and it breaks off. The whole interior part of the door breaks off. And I don't know, did we get like when he did that, when the door broke, did I get out the car? I think I got out the car.
The first time when you was playing tug of war with him,
yeah,
that's when we tried to drive off.
Yeah, but I couldn't. Yeah. So then I think, okay, yeah. After the door broke off, I went to the passenger side, and that's when I was trying to look for our phones. And he got out the car and was just fighting them two, and he's staring like he just doing he stopped and he stared because I'm guessing thinking like this is not how I wanted it to go, and it definitely wasn't. Like we was fighting for so long. I'm only like anyway. So now I'm thinking like fuck, we at least need one phone. So Lex started running off. As she's running, I'm holding on to the car like this. I'm holding on to the passenger car as the door is open in a fetal position like this. He's driving, trying to brake check me. He drove for like 30 seconds, 30 miles an hour for like 5 seconds, and he broke. And I'm like, bitch, I ain't falling out. I'm in this hole. I'm like, bitch, I need my phone. And then we gave up. He started cussing at us. He get out the car. He throw Lex wig like out the car, and then he throws his piece of car that we broke off in the car, and then he tries to reverse, and then he's trying to turn around. So as he reverses, I'm thinking he's trying to hit me and Maya. I'm like, this bitch I think he's gonna try to hit us, but then he drives off. As he's driving off, he don't stop. Like, no, he stops, and then Lex is all the way at, like a little, she's like probably like 30 feet away from us because she was running, and she's telling us, y'all come on, we gotta run. She running, she praying, she repenting. And as she's running, we see these 3 motorcycles. One of them was security, and 2 was like other random people. We don't know who y'all are. We literally just ran and screaming help. I'm screaming ayúdame and help. I mean in Spanish. And y'all, Lex tried to hide behind. She tried to hide behind a pole, thinking that was gonna like help them not see her. Girl, they already saw us. We like, no, we don't want to talk to y'all. Fuck no, we running. So this the part 4. It's about to probably be the final one. No. Some of y'all go with the victim blaming, oh, they should have did this, they shouldn't have went anyway. This is not our first time out the country, and it still won't be the last. It'll be the last for a while because we just canceled our Bahamas trip in May for obvious reasons. But I don't like how y'all saying what we should have did. We shouldn't have did shit, but stay alive, get out that man place, and go home. And that's exactly what we did, no matter how we did. We shouldn't be blamed for nothing. Of course, we probably should have researched the yellow taxi, but if you look on TikTok, I've never found any kidnapping stories. I never found anything. The same place where we got taken from, Casa Palenque, is where they had a little women doing all of this, and they be looking all tropical and happy and shit. So we're not thinking we have to do that. And then we had a travel agent. Every other time we went out the country, we stayed at a Rio. They don't even have a Rio in Colombia, I don't think. But I told her I wanted to stay somewhere different, just because we know how to Rio. We know what to expect from a Rio. And I don't regret that. Only thing I would say is we should have said we needed a personal driver. But I'm thinking only people from Airbnbs get personal drivers because they stay so far out into the city. I'm not thinking at a hotel I gotta get a taxi is common. I didn't think these things happen. Yes, I know that they known for trafficking girls in Mexico and in Colombia, but we went to Mexico twice, no problem. So I'm thinking but basically just don't get too comfortable. But the victim blaming should be no more. We shouldn't did shit but stay alive, get the fuck out of Dodge, and that's exactly what we did. And all of this research. Don't y'all think that's for our travel agent to do and then report back to us? Not saying that we just little ass girls and we can't do it ourselves, but that would make more sense. So when y'all doing that, just be mindful. This is not our first time out the country. It won't be the last. We're just gonna up our security, up our and just be more vigilant. Even though we were vigilant when that happened, we were literally texting with the GPS and stuff like that. But yeah, I had to wake up because it was a lot of confusion and I'm getting added in a lot of stuff, but I can't comment. All I said was, yes, she weird, and TikTok deleted that comment. So I gotta communicate to y'all via video.
So that was the third girl in the car. That was her story. And, you know, I like the fact that they're still trying to keep a little bit of a sense of humor, because sometimes you have to literally laugh to keep from crying. You know, this entire situation is disturbing. But what's more disturbing is how some people are reacting to it on social media. You know, the comment sections, people blaming them, saying that they're the aggressors. You know, they were probably drunk. There's a man that also went viral replying to their story. So we're going to watch what he has to say as well.
Why do Black American ladies hate Colombia?
Black women hate Colombia, bro. Black American women hate Colombia. I'm like, them Afro-Latinos got y'all pressed, huh? Because, like, all of the African-American men be having rave reviews of Colombia. Like, I mean, even people I know personally, rave reviews of Colombia. Cali, Cartagena, Medellin, like, they be having rave reviews of Colombia. But black women always got a crazy-ass story. I almost got kidnapped in Colombia. One girl almost got kidnapped in Colombia. What the hell was y'all doing? I mean, I'm glad y'all able to tell the story, because I did hear about, like, they got the Borrachero plant and they could just, you know, the dust to just have you saying yes to everything, you know what I'm saying? So, it's dangerous, it's muy peligrosa in Colombia. Pero, like, black American men love it. They be having some crazy story. I ain't even gonna go into. My homeboy was like, they did it for $80. They did it all for $80. I'm like, whoa, you know, you went down there for that. But me personally, I'm not interested in any sex tourism, you know what I'm saying? So, anywho, like, it's just crazy, because I read between the lines and I look, and black men be down there with a smile, like, yo, having a blast in Colombia, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Black women always got some crazy story. I hate Colombia. I'm never going back. You know, similar to like Mexico. Mexico got similar stories going on too. So it's kind of, yeah. But I don't know, man. It seems like Colombia especially. I think the Afro-Latinas already leave a bad taste in black American women's.
You know, I don't really understand his point. These ladies are literally talking about a kidnapping attempt, and you're making it seem like they're pressed because of the Afro-Colombian women being, I guess, beautiful or exotical. That has nothing to do with what their story is about. That has nothing to do with them being attacked. And yes, as a man, you probably will have a wonderful time in Colombia. Why? Because you can protect yourself. You can, you know, fight back easier. And most of the women, you know, there have been setups that have happened to guys up there, but for the most part, the women are there to do sex tourism and, you know, get a bag doing sexual favors. So, of course, if that's what you're on, you're going to have a good time. These women were simply trying to get back to their hotel rooms, and they had to fight for their life. So, again, he's not the only one. There's a lot of videos like that, but this video is getting long enough, so I don't want to, you know, add more clips to this video. But I do want to hear from you guys. What do y'all think about the first girl that went missing in the Dominican Republic? How do y'all feel about that story? And then last but not least, how do y'all feel about the story about the 3 black girls who almost got kidnapped in Cartagena, Colombia, but they fought? They really fought. And, you know, thank God that they made it and they're here to see their family and their kids, because it could have ended a lot worse. So thank goodness they came together and they left together. That's why I say when you go out, you have to be with people that you're really locked in with, that you're close with, that will have your back. Because, again, I feel like that man was hoping that 2 of the 3 girls would leave one of their friends behind. So he bit off way more than he could chew, you know, by grabbing all 3 girls. and hoping that, you know, one would get left behind, because that was not the case. They were going to fight. Like they said, either we're all going to be kidnapped or we're all leaving Colombia together. So I look forward to reading y'all's comments down below. Please hit the video with a like. Feel free to share the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
Want the latest news in the streets? Join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.